We can create an illusion that is everything we've ever dreamed of. We can create an illusion in which we are imprisoned by the few, or we can create an illusion in which we are infinitely free. It is our choice, and it is just a perception. It will still be an illusion, but it will be a nice illusion or an unpleasant illusion, because the only truth is we are infinite consciousness. We are all that ever has been, is, and ever will be. That's not bad news on a Saturday evening, really. I go into this stuff in my last 2 books, but I can tell you, through my years of research, there's always been some force that said, look at this, look at this, look at this. And right through the 90s, it was, look at this, 5 cents, look at this manipulation, look at these connections, look at the way they manipulate, look at this. Then it was, hey, look, other dimensional entities, look at this other dimensional level of this. And now it's saying, this through synchronicity of my life, it's saying, this is what you need to look at. Go for this, look at this, understand this, because this is the answer to that. And it's all this stuff about the nature of reality, because this is where the answers lie, and this is where most researchers will not go because they're stuck in religion. We have created this matrix. We have created this false reality by going from infinite consciousness, taking on fear, more and more fear. These are pictures, by the way, by a brilliant artist called Neil Haig, a friend of mine, who has done the art in many of my books, including the last one. He's an absolutely brilliant artist. And he's got a website you can go to and see great pictures. And this is the way we have allowed fear to create this prison based on fear, based on losing contact with who we are, based on being divided and perceiving division instead of perceiving infinite consciousness. And just as we finish, one of the things that happens, this is how the matrix works. We come into this reality, and in a world where this knowledge was universal and known and encouraged, then that situation on the left is what we would be. We would be experiencing this reality and its challenges and its great things too. And we would be connected at the same time to infinite consciousness. We would be in the world and experiencing it, but we'd know we weren't of it. We would be perceiving it from another level. What actually happens is we come into this reality for whatever reason. It could again be the law of attraction. And we suddenly get caught in this eggshell of fear. We come out of the womb and we pick it up. We start to see that, if you step out of the box, or you say things outside the norm, there's kind of consequences for that. People laugh at you, and kids at school and that stuff. And you start to withdraw, and you start to get more and more programmed. And so you end up being infinite consciousness, trapped in an illusory prison of our own creation, made up of a 4-letter word called fear, and another one called lack of understanding of the nature of the world we live in, or another sentence, whatever you want to call it. And that's what it's been a long day. That's what we get caught in. But what people are beginning to do now is break the eggshell, break out of domination by the computer level of perception, and start to be in this world again, but not of it. And that's what the wake-up is, and it is happening on a vast scale. I've traveled to more than 40 countries. I used to talk to next to nobody, absolutely next to nobody. I got very lonely some nights speaking about this stuff in the early 90s. But all over the world, this wake-up is happening. It won't get in the mainstream media. I mean, they won't understand it. What's happening? I've never heard of it. No one talks about it at the parties I go to, and all that stuff. But it's happening, and by the time it breaks through into the mainstream, it will be a tidal wave, and they wonder where it's bloody come from. Usual thing. Hey, where's this come from? Hey, where's that come from? I don't know. Am I finished? There you go. It's a new computer. It don't bloody work. It's just like this one, Anyway, this is breaking the eggshells. This is what we're doing now. We're starting to break out of this false reality and start to see beyond it. And that's the worst nightmare of the Illuminati. And that's one of the key reasons they're desperately, panic-strickenly pressing on with this Orwellian state. Because once you break through this level of perception into the infinite level and bring that down into this reality, you start broadcasting that around on the alternative internet between DNA on the same wavelength. You start to wake other people up. People say, what can I do? When you wake up, you cannot walk down a supermarket aisle past people without affecting them on some level. You cannot do it because your wavelength starts getting picked up. We are like broadcasting a new drumbeat. And when we start to get to that level, you start seeing beyond the illusion. The Neo figure in The Matrix, once he started to break through at the end of that first movie and got through the illusion of death and realizing it's an illusion and it's not real, he stopped seeing those agents as they are on the left, and he started seeing them as they are on the right. Computer electronic energy fields. See that? Anyone that didn't see it before? Anyone that didn't see that before? The only thing you can see now is sex. Same with me sometimes. Because that which was subliminal has come into the conscious mind, no longer manipulating, clear as bloody day. And that's what this information is doing to people in changing their reality from division to oneness. Free your mind. First thing, realizing you are a slave, Neo. Realizing what the situation is, which was the first part of this talk. This is the game that's being played around us and we are pawns in. Then saying, I choose freedom. I don't want that. I am me, I am free. And then you go through this process, which most people have been through, of transformation. Hey, what happens when the transformation happens? You go down little country lanes, and there are birds twittering, and there are little nymphs and butterflies. And there's sweet music playing because I have broken through. I'm spiritual now. And I have transformed so that I walk like this. What happens in the transformation? All sodding hell breaks loose in your life. That's what happened to me. A couple of years into this transformation of mine, I thought, if this is spirituality, you could stick it, mate. This is no fun. But if you keep going and you keep doing what you believe to be right, and you keep doing what your intuition, your knowing tells you, then you come through it, and you break through it, and you transform your life. Yes, I've been there, mate. Morpheus, I have been there. About 3 times yesterday and once this morning. Know thyself. This is the key for me. It's the kind of thing, know thyself. It sounds kind of trite, but there's a difference between thinking and knowing. The computer thinks. The computer has emotions. They're electrochemical processes. That's why chemicals can affect emotions, and emotions produce chemicals in the body. There is another level, consciousness, beyond the program, which does not think and does not, what some American New Age people call emote. It just knows. It knows, intuitively knows. You see, when you access that level of infinite consciousness, infinite possibility, you access that level of infinite knowing. Infinite consciousness doesn't sit down and work things out. No, what do you think? It knows. It is all-knowing. We are all-knowing. Once we start to think and try to work things out, we are accepting that we are not all-knowing. When we stop thinking, the first stage is think for yourself. Yes, that gets the old process moving, but it's only stage 1. The next stage is know thyself. Know anything you want to know without thinking. You just know it. We call it intuitive knowing. I just kind of knew that. Why didn't I go with my knowing? Because thought was saying, can't be that easy. You've got a mortgage, you've got a cat, you can't follow your knowing and go here. No, mate, you've got to stick in the box. And knowing is the level where we're accessing that level of us that is all-knowing, all-aware consciousness. And if we think that's not possible, that's just an expression of the fact we're still, to an extent, stuck in the box. Don't think you are, know you are. No, don't think. Don't stop trying to hit me and just hit me. We are in the process of trying to do something. What does that mean? We're always trying to do it. Don't try to do it, just do it. don't think that it's as hard, and I'm talking to myself here.